button is awesome. Happy Thursday, everybody. I'm Jessica Dugas, and this is Kevin Kiley, and welcome to Throwback Thursday.
What is
I don't know
happening?
what in the hell is happening tonight. I really have no idea. I pushed the button to play our intro video, the countdown, and it just stopped in the middle.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
It sounds very scary, but yes, I can hear you.
Why does it sound scary?
It's like in slow-mo.
Oh, that's not good. do you want to go out and come back?
It's am I late? It's very slow-mo.
Okay, Anne-Marie is out in the audience. Anne-Marie, do you hear me normally, or does it sound not right to you? Let me know, because it was so weird. Everything just shut down. Let me know if it's me or Kevin.
Is this a prank?
No.
No? It sounds like that deep slow-mo auto-tune voice. I swear.
Okay, so look. Anne-Marie can hear me just
Maybe
fine.
it's just me. Let me take my AirPods out then.
Okay, we're gonna try again. Can you hear me okay now?
Let's see. It's the same.
Go out and come back in.
I'll be back.
Okay. You welcome to Throwback Thursday, everybody, where we are not devoid of technical issues here. I'm one of your hosts, Jessica Dugas, and Kevin Kiley will be back. Kevin is having technical difficulties at the moment. Yes, Anne-Marie, I see your comments just fine. Jordan is here. Hi, Miss Jordan. How are you? It's so good to see you. Oh, hi. There you are. I'm hoping that Kevin will be back and refreshed, because he said I sounded like a robot, but it was just Kevin. So I'm hoping he'll be back, but I'm super excited, you guys, tonight to throw back with you to look at the history of the Super Bowl halftime show. So we just had the Super Bowl recently, and the 2022 Super Bowl. And I would love to know if you watched it. And if you watch it, did you enjoy it? Was it not your cup of tea? Was it maybe not your type of music, but you did enjoy it anyway? Let me know your thoughts on this year's Super Bowl. But we're going to hopefully give you a little bit of the history behind the Super Bowl halftime show. And we're also going to share our favorite moments of the halftime show. And also we are going to look at some of the ones leading up from 1990 until now, because I think that'll be really exciting. Okay, let's see if it's any better. Is he shaking his head? No, he's saying it's not better. You think Kevin thinks he's being pranked right now, and he's not being pranked. So I don't know. As long as everybody else can hear me okay, I think we need to send some good vibes Kevin's way, because clearly his audio is being possessed. Okay, he's going to come back. I saw him. We were communicating in the green room just now, so hopefully he will be back, and it will be great when he comes back. So Anne-Marie saying she didn't watch the halftime show. Did you watch the football game at all and just weren't interested in the halftime show, or what was the story with that? Jordan's sending good vibes, Kev. So hopefully he will be back soon and able to hear properly. So listen, here's the thing about the Super Bowl halftime show. Okay, okay, are we back?
We're back. I have no idea where that's on. Can I just please tell you and everybody that experience that I just had? Do you know when you're at like playing a game and it's like that deep auto-tune, slow motion voice.
Yeah.
That is how you sounded.
Was it
It's
hot?
not funny. It was hot. I can't lie. It was hot. But hello, everyone. I'm so sorry for the technical difficulty, but here we are.
This is a live show, people. We are not auto-tuned. We are not lip syncing. We are not any of that. This is real life, and it is what it is. Jordan is so excited that you're back.
Hi, Jordan.
So we're happy. I am happy that you're back because I was not about to go through all this by myself.
I'm here to stay.
Okay. So what I was saying is, the halftime show first started 1967. And back then, they just had what we see in high school and college halftime shows, which is the marching band,
right?
And doing a whole, which to me, I loved that. This is not a fake show here, but to me, that's such a great experience as well. I played in marching band in high school, and that was a great experience, and was drum major and really enjoyed that, doing the parades and then the halftime show and stuff as well. And so, I mean, that's great. But do you like how it is now with making it almost like we're watching a concert in the middle of the football game, or would you like to see some of that old stuff coming back with the marching band?
I love that it's a concert, to be honest. I feel like that's more like that's the only reason why I personally watch Super Bowl. Sorry. Yeah. But I feel like, around like the holiday season, they do pay tribute to that at certain other things like the Macy's Day Parade, other games and stuff like that. I know when I was in school, they had our marching band and color guard perform at different I don't know if it was baseball or even like different football games and stuff, which was really cool too. So I feel like they still pay enough tribute to that. So that way it's okay that we get a big old concert in the middle of the world. The Super Bowl, World Series. That's where I'm at today.
Yeah. And that's okay. That's okay. And, I agree. I like to watch the actual Super Bowl when my team is playing. Yeah. But when like this year, I'm like, who?
Right.
And no shade to the
no tea, no shade.
None of that happening. But I honestly, I was so pumped about this year because I feel like and I've seen so many reviews of this year's halftime show. Hear a lot of people bitching, but I also saw a lot of great compilations of words that are how I felt about it, which is that we've been through a lot in the last couple of years. Yeah. We are tired. We are stressed. We are all the people that loved this music when we were younger. We are older now, and we are adulting, and we are children here, and we are pandemicing. Yeah. Okay.
Right. All of the above.
Yes. And we needed this. I feel like we needed this moment. And I've talked to people that even weren't super fans of like Snoop, Dr. Dre, Mary J, and still were like, it just took me back for a minute. And that's the point of this show, which is to give us a damn break, from the everyday kind of stuff that we're going through. I gotta
tell you about the halftime show. I thought that it was perfect. I thought that they didn't give too much. They didn't make it so over the top, which they could have with all those big names. I like that they kept it simple in a way. I do, of course, wish my boy Eminem had just a little bit more time because, I'm the real Slim Shady OG. But I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed this year's halftime show.
Yeah, I love that. And Jordan says Charlie says hi.
Hi, Charlie.
Shout out to Charlie.
Shout out to Charlie.
He's the star. That's it now. He's the star. Okay. So I loved, I wish we had more. That's my only complaint is I was like, I felt like there was so much talent on the stage. I wish we would have had a little longer. Yeah. Especially because they showcased everyone's talent so well. They had Dr. Dre on the piano, which I knew he was an incredible musician, but a lot of people don't know things like that. They assume one thing about rap or R&B that like they're not like don't have a lot of musicianship or whatever, but they really do.
They do. Yeah. I thought that was so cool when he came out on that piano. I was like, wow, go off, Dr. Dre.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely dig a little bit more into that. But going back to the history, so we really had a ton of marching bands, and they also included a lot of things like, so they had I think 72. No, I take that back. Let me go back just a minute. So before that, so in the 70s was when they started having singers and stuff come on there. Carol Channing
Love Broadway
was
icon.
on in 70, and she was incredible.
Yeah.
But they combined it with a marching band. The Southern University marching
Okay.
band was on that year in 1970. And then in 71 was the first time we saw Up With People. And I was sharing this with you before we came on to the show tonight, that Up With People, I didn't realize how many times they had them a part of the halftime show. And here's the funny part. I was telling you before, I have seen Up With People. I saw them in Connecticut. My grandmother took me to see them in the 80s, and I didn't know anything about them. Do you know anything about that organization?
No, I don't.
Apparently, Up With People is an American nonprofit organization that uses a five-month program involving travel, the performing arts, volunteering, and various workshops focusing on intercultural communication. Let me open this so I can read, to teach young adults how to interact in a multicultural environment and create change in communities with varying needs. So I had no idea that it was like a nonprofit thing, and it was I had no clue.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah. So it was great that they had that involved with the halftime show so many times, because even though I do love the concert aspect that we have now, I do feel like it's definitely catering more to the adults in the room. Where before it was definitely a whole family, didn't have to worry about what the kids saw at all or heard. And in fact, fast forwarding a little bit, there was a Disney got involved in everything else, which we'll talk about coming up here. But so Up With People was involved quite often in starting in the 70s, and they headlined in 76 and had a tribute to America's bicentennial that year, 200 years. They were celebrating America during that show, and I think. Is that the one that, no, that's not the one that I have there. There's one that I have an example of to show, but it is not that one. But so that was in 76. And then again, we continued with, I feel like smaller bands in 79, there were various Caribbean bands. And it wasn't like what we see now.
Right.
And then we get into the 80s, and we had Up With People and marching bands. Again, in 80, we had Southern University marching band and singer-actress Helen O'Connell in 81. And then Up With People in 82 did a another huge performance with the halftime show that was pretty interesting. I'm going to see if I can share here. If we can get technological tonight, I would really appreciate the universe. Okay. So this is what it looked like here. I'm going to push play while we are chatting. Hopefully, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's just going to, oh, here we go. It might be loading now. But it was a big tribute that they did to the 60s and Motown. They did a medley of The Twist, The Cool Jerk, Monster Mash, Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini, Wipeout. They did Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Can't Buy Me Love, All You Need Is Love, Hey Jude, Let the Sun Shine In, and then their song Up With People. Here we go.
Gentlemen, we have an exciting halftime
Can you hear it?
in store for you this afternoon. The National Football League is pleased to present Up With People in a special performance featuring music of the 1960s, the decade the Super Bowl was born. Up With People is an extraordinary educational and cultural program for young people all around the world. So without further ado, let's welcome 430 young people from 24 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, Up With people.
1, 2, 3, 4. They come from the hills and the valleys, and from both sides of the tracks. Some carry the world on their shoulders, some got a load at their back. You and me, we're just people, yeah, just people will always be, just people, brother to brother, working to first and reaching each other, reading the story behind the cover.
I mean, can we just talk about, first of all, her shoulder pads? Because that spoke to the moment.
Get me some shoulder pads like that. Walking to work.
I
tomorrow,
know.
Like, hey.
I know, the shoulder pads. And then it's so bubblegum. It's so innocent. And I mean, it looks
makes
like
me
everybody in
happy.
the whole audience doing the Carlton,
Yeah.
from Fresh Prince. I mean, it's just, it's so family friendly. So,
Yeah.
it's just nice the way it is. So it definitely speaks to the time, and it's really interesting to watch that little clip, because it just, like, it speaks to the time. So throughout the 80s, we had more Up With People. We had Up With People again in 86, again, more of the marching bands and everything else. And then in 87, we started getting a combination of different things, from actors and singers to Disney characters, and had a lot going on there. Mickey Rooney was part of the halftime show in 87. And then that year also there was Disney characters, and there was George Burns was part of it, and again with the marching band and everything else. And then we had the same in 88. We had the Rockettes were part of the halftime show, Chubby Checker. And there was apparently 88 grand pianos, but I have not been able to find video of that.
That's pretty cool.
Have you ever seen that?
No, I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't either. I need to go hunt that down another time, because I will geek out over that for a minute.
Right.
And then again, they still had marching bands, and then another they had Elvis Presto, who was an Elvis impersonator, do 89.
Okay.
So that's interesting. Like, I don't think there's ever been like a cover band or an impersonator or whatever. Yeah. So that was really interesting.
Sure.
Yeah. And then we get into 90s. And the first in 1990, I've heard of Irma Thomas, but I had never really listened to her before.
Yeah.
And then Doug Kershaw, Pete Fountain, who was a jazz clarinetist. So, but that was the time that we did start to see, a couple years prior to that, like more of this mashup of different artists going on. So that was really interesting to see when that started coming together. And then in 91, we started seeing some of the bigger name people come on. And that was when one of my favorite bands when I was a child came on, which was New Kids on the Block.
Of course.
Was in 91. So I'm going to share this little video that we found. Hopefully, I'm praying. And this shows the kind of lineup between 1990 and up until now, up until 2022. So this will give us a nice little overview of some of these things, because it plays little parts. Hopefully, if it comes up, we're going to find out, because apparently we're just going to have technical issues tonight. So what do you, I know we're going to talk about it coming up, Kevin, but what do you think is your most favorite Super Bowl performance?
Well, I originally said, that I did say Beyonce because her, like, but I was just thinking about it too, and I was like, I think between her and Katy Perry, honestly, are my top two favorites.
Yeah.
I feel like Katy Perry just killed it too. Like it's kind of incomparable. And I actually heard recently she did like I think about 11 songs, and every song that she performed during her halftime show was a number one hit. Like that's kind of cool. Like not many that I all my number hits, all my number one hit for that time.
Yeah, yeah. So I enjoyed Beyonce's original performance that we talked, and I asked you which one you were talking about. I enjoyed 2013. I didn't so much enjoy when she came out with other people in 2016. I wasn't as blown away with that, but then I like earlier Beyonce. I know Kevin sounds like a robot. Kevin, we need to work on your technology tonight. But it's okay. I get what
like
you're
a robot.
Yes.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, like I heard you say, "What do you mean?" Clearly, but every now and then it's robotic. But it's okay. I hear what you're saying, and I gather what you're. It's just tonight is the night of technology. That's what we're.
Sorry.
That's all it is. But yeah, I think I wasn't as into her music later on either. I liked Destiny's Child Beyonce, a little bit more than I enjoy some of the newer stuff. And so I enjoyed the 2013 performance much more than the 2016 one. And yeah, but I don't think I am just having all kinds of technology stuff. So I am going to not play that like I hoped to. But my favorite one was definitely Prince. And because I love Prince, first of all, but I thought the moment because it was pouring rain that night, and the moment that he started singing Purple Rain and it's raining, like it was just such an iconic moment. Like I just don't feel like it can be matched. And it's also, so for me, I usually remember the compilations of artists more. Like this year we had so many big names together, and I kind of want to see something different like that. Whereas the people that perform alone, I don't always remember them. I did not remember Katy Perry's performance until I went back and listened to it.
I loved her performance. It was so good.
I loved it too. I didn't even remember. Like, I guess it's because I have a few more years on you, Kevin, and I don't want to talk about that.
I'm afraid to speak. I'm conscious that I sound like a robot.
No, you're good now. You're good now.
Okay.
It sounds good. The technology gods are listening right now.
They know we're frustrated.
They know that I've had a day and I don't need this.
Right. We don't need this.
We don't need this today. But yeah, so I did not remember. And who else did I see on there that had performed? So Gloria Estefan performed twice, and I didn't realize that. She had performed once alone and then once with other people. And I thought that was really interesting too, because I didn't realize that. And then like there were people that performed alone that I just didn't remember. The Who, the Rolling Stones. Oh, your mama said you sound better now.
Mr. Roboto over here.
Yeah, we're just trying to throw back. That's all we're trying to do.
Great.
Yeah, but yeah, so there was like one of the ones that I remember, and she actually posted about it on Instagram recently, was when Britney Spears was with Aerosmith, Mary J. Blige, NSYNC. I forget who was out there now because I closed that so I could clear up some stuff here. You see this? I would like to see Kevin perform Ghosted with Jessica at halftime. I would watch it then.
That sounds like a good plan, Anne Marie. One day we're going to manifest.
Exactly. I told Kevin when we were talking about this recently, I was like, because Kevin's like, you're going to be there with your headphones on, right? I'm going to be in the back mixing like Spinderella, you know, from Salt and Pepper. I call her Paprika because it's Salt and Pepper. Because listen, she doesn't have a name that goes with Salt and Pepper. So I'm like, she's Paprika.
I'm for it. I'm for Paprika.
Right? Yeah, I'll be Paprika. Like, wasn't there a character named Paprika on Blue's Clues? Oh Lord, now we're going
That's
somewhere
what
we don't
I
need to
thought
go.
about first.
Great, awesome. We just went there. So Anne Marie says she plays that song on repeat and she loves it.
Thank you so much, Anne Marie.
We love that song. I know we do it. We do here too. And my husband sings along now. It's quite interesting. Could you like if you could put together a dream team of artists to play together as a compilation for like your halftime show, who would you want to perform with you?
Oh, Ariana Grande, of course. Miley Cyrus. Maybe Adele, but I don't know that she'd fit necessarily in with the four of us, but why not, right? I don't know. Sam Smith, I mean, I got this. Like, we're ready to bring on the crowd, bring on the tears, bring on the laughs.
Yeah. I think I would do, I was talking about this with someone recently. Do you remember when they did Divas Live on VH1?
I do. Yep.
And the one year they had Carole King. And they had Carole King and Aretha Franklin and Mariah Carey and Celine Dion and Shania Twain and Gloria. And I was like,
yep.
Oh, my mind blows. So I would totally have a lineup like that and do, I would totally do something that included a lot of generations because that's what I really liked. Like, I think that's what sticks out the most to me to like the Britney, Aerosmith, NSYNC performance is that it spanned generations.
Right.
Yeah. I think they attempted to do that this year when they brought in Kendrick.
Yeah. I know. It was so random.
Yeah. And then we didn't even know that 50 was performing until he got out there.
That was such a surprise. I was like, wait, was that announced?
No, he wasn't in that whole video or anything. So now I'm wondering what all happened because there was talk that this year they were going to do a Tupac hologram.
Right.
And because I guess it had been done somewhere else. And so when they didn't do that, I was like, maybe that's why, maybe something went awry with that. And then they had to bring in 50 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it was very shocking. I was like, wait, where'd he come from?
Yeah. Yeah, it was strange for sure. But I mean, but it was great. It was a wonderful surprise because it fit with that time and of course the genre of music and everything else. But it's one of those things that it just makes me, because I'm always curious like that, like what happened behind the scenes to make that happen, you know. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this year, and I would do something, if I did something myself, I would definitely do something that spanned the generations a little bit. Angelique is here this evening with Divine DNA. Hello, good to see you guys tonight. We're calling this the show of technical difficulties. I was so proud of myself that I had all of these video clips lined up, and then we've been able to literally play one, and it was the one that showcased how corny we were in 1982.
We're winning tonight.
Yeah. They said it wasn't dark enough to do the Tupac hologram. Loved 50's performance. I thought Kendrick was good. I'm not a huge Kendrick fan to begin with, so maybe that's swaying my opinion a little bit, but I just don't listen to him enough to be a huge fan. I'll be honest with you. Because when I sit down, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought he was great, but I agree with you. I don't know enough about him to really get into it. I just don't listen to his music. But I thought for what I saw, I thought he was great.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it would have been cool to have too, like more of that, because they did that last song together at the end, but more of a combo performance. Because, like I said, that's what I love about people coming together. So when there was the halftime show that had Missy Elliott and No Doubt, and or not Missy Elliott and No Doubt. I'm saying that wrong. It was Missy Elliott, and I need to pull that thing back up because now I need to know I didn't store it in my brain.
Missy Elliott also came out with Katy Perry, fun fact.
That was what I'm thinking of. That was what I'm thinking of. But yeah, so it was Missy was doing a song and Katy joined her. That's the stuff that I get, even during the Grammys and stuff, I get so fired up about things like that. I just love, because to me, like, I don't want to feel like I'm going to just another concert, because we can go to concerts. We can, if we're going to go see Katy Perry, we can go see Katy Perry. We can go see Missy Elliott, but how often do we see them together? You know, and doing things like that. So I enjoy that.
Unexpected too.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, you know what? So last year was The Weeknd.
Yes.
And I thought it was good, but his songs, I feel like there's certain ones that everybody knows and certain ones that only a few people know. So it was like, I'm not sure that he is like, has enough of a popular playlist for the whole audience to be like all in the whole time.
And also, I feel like for the halftime show, they're more, you want to dance, you want to have fun. I feel like his songs they're great, but they're not so much like, I'm jumping up, I'm excited. Like, do you know what I mean?
Right. Right. I agree. And the year before, we certainly did that. We did some booty shaking with Shakira and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, I love that one. That was great.
Good. That was definitely good. And it got a lot of, there was a lot of chatter after that.
Yeah.
There was chatter about outfits after that.
Yep.
There was chatter about too much skin after that. There was chatter about pole dancing after that.
There was.
There was a lot going on there, but you know, there's always been something to talk about. And I didn't even realize Jay-Z produced that halftime show.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
I didn't, and he is who Jay-Z and Rock Nation produced The Weeknd and this year's as well.
Oh wow.
Yeah, super interesting. There's a lot, and so for let's see, the 2010s, almost every year was produced by television producer Ricky Kirshner. But the one that we were talking about before, and see, I don't even remember this. This is so I remember 2019 with Travis Scott and Big Boy, but I do not. And it was Maroon 5.
Oh, yeah.
Maroon 5, I thought was all right. Justin Timberlake was the year before. And I remember that one. But I remember the one with Justin Timberlake and Miss Jackson.
Janet. Yeah. Yep. I saw it in too.
Yeah, everyone saw it, Kevin.
Real time. My dad did not. He was like looking away. Half the party was looking away. There was little, like, however old I was, like.
Yeah. And Anne-Marie saying, do you remember We Are the World? Was that the I'm trying to remember which one that was.
Michael Jackson. He did it with all these kids. It was beautiful.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was the one, because I remember other parts of his performance. I'll have to go back through and look here when we get scrolling down to there. But Kendrick is a conscious hip hop artist. Love his material. Yeah, I mean, I think I respect his work. I've heard some of his stuff. I think it's good. It's just not like, typically if I'm listening to rap and hip hop, R&B, it's a lot of older stuff. I don't I'm not usually into a lot of the stuff today. And if I listen to something today, I'm going to be real frank with you. I'm listening to Kevin Kiley. I'm listening to Olivia Ambani. I'm listening to Rory Kelly. I'm supporting my friends that are in music because I feel like that's so important. Because that I feel like that's how we really lift people up, and because it takes a lot to be able to not only make it but get on the halftime show.
Oh gosh, can you imagine?
I almost have a little bit of a prissy attitude of like they don't really need my help that much because it's because like they're there, they've made it and everything else, and I but I loved the rest of because it was that throwback for me from this year. What Lady Gaga.
Wonderful.
That was really, really good. I remember that from 2017. So then 2016 was the other one we were talking about that had Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Mark Ronson, Coldplay.
Which is weird. Coldplay. Where did Coldplay fit into that mix?
Well, and Coldplay was the headliner for that.
Yeah. It was just weird.
It was interesting. I was not a fan of Beyonce's performance for that at all. And then there was so much controversy, like especially in recent years, there's been a lot of controversy about symbolism during the halftime show. And I thought, some of it is just, it's borderline for me, enjoyable.
Yep.
But I respect it. It is what it is. A year before, again, was Katy Perry. I had forgotten that Lenny Kravitz was part of that as well, with Missy Elliott and Katy Perry.
Yeah, I Kissed a Girl together.
Yep. And then before that, we were talking about Bruno Mars when he was with Red Hot Chili Peppers. I thought that was a great mashup.
Yeah.
As well. And then the year before that, you were talking about Beyonce and the original Beyonce performance. And I loved that because she came back with Destiny's Child.
I was just going to say that, like, you can't beat that. Like, they flew out of the for Bootylicious.
Yes. I was just rewatching that and they literally flew out of the stage.
Iconic.
And barely caught themselves, by the way. Like, you can see them like, okay, they got their ground and then they posed. Like, they needed a minute.
Stuff like.
Yes. And can we talk about, when we talk about heels, remind me to bring that up during when we talk about Prince, because I just rewatched that and the amount of people in heels and it was pouring raining. Linda Kiley loved Bruno with Red Hot Chili Peppers. She loved that.
Linda Kiley approves of Bruno with the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yes. A year before that was Madonna headlining with LMFAO, Cirque du Soleil, Nicki Minaj, MIA, CeeLo Green, Andy Lewis, the drum, and a whole bunch of school drum lines.
I don't remember that one, to be completely honest with you.
Really?
No.
I remember Cirque du Soleil because, you get people flying through the air with that one.
True.
Yeah. And then we had year before that. I remember this one really well. And I don't know why this one sticks out to me so much, but Black Eyed Peas headlining with Usher and Slash.
Yep. I love Usher.
That was 2011. And it feels like a million years ago now that I'm thinking about it. The year before that was The Who. And I told you before, I love The Who, and I don't remember that. Yeah. I don't remember that. I don't know where I was in 2010.
Not watching the halftime show.
I was not watching the halftime show. Listen, Divine DNA, they don't remember Madonna.
I don't either. I don't either.
I think I remember the other parts, which is sad. I don't really remember her so much.
I don't remember.
Sad. They loved Katy Perry and Missy Elliott, loved Beyonce and DC2, and Michael Jackson inspired flying. Bruno Mars was amazing. Yes, I love that.
Agree.
I like
Divine
DNA. In the early 2000s, we had Bruce Springsteen. I don't remember that at all.
I don't.
Year before that, Tom Petty. I do remember parts of that, but again, these are two bands that came on alone. I don't seem to remember ones that come on alone. I remember like the unexpected mashups like we have this year. Anne Marie's asking, has Flo Rida ever? I don't think so. I don't see him on the list at all. Because now we're down into the early 2000s. And then of course, year before, and see it because it happened on my birthday as well, Prince in 2007.
Iconic.
I'm going to try one more time to share the screen because I need you to see these people's heels. We need to have a moment
for the heels.
For the heels. Okay. Let's see. Oh, is it working?
It's working.
See, it was raining. I just need you guys to check out the heels. Fireworks.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Oh no, let's go! You don't lie. The world we're living in. Take a look around. At least you got a friend. So come on, lady. Come on, friendly world. Picked up the phone, dropped it on the floor. It's all I heard. Are we gonna let the elevator bring us down? Oh no, let's go crazy.
Look at these heels in the rain. Would you just...
Let's go. Come on, baby.
Everything.
Y'all ready to get nuts tonight? Let me hear you scream.
Yeah, I mean, you just... not only Prince, the heels in the rain. I can't wear heels when it's sunny and I'm walking on flat ground.
Can we also talk about the color of his suit, though?
I know.
That's a good color.
I know. That is an extreme sport. I agree. It's crazy. Like to think about, like, just even same goes with Mary J. Blige during this year, but we're gonna hopefully show a clip of that coming up here as well. If I just close stuff as we go along, Lord, it might work. Anne Marie said, I had a poster of him in my room standing in a shower. Prince was sexy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's all. He was, and he was an incredible performer, and the musicianship, unreal. And I didn't know until later on in my life, like how many people he had written for, and produced for, and everything else. And he was just the epitome of. This is okay, Jordan. You win the best comment of the night. We were just talking about history class on Project Joy this week and talking about how much we hated history class. So we're the cool history teachers, Kevin.
That's right. We love Jordan.
That's right. Sexy MF, indeed. Listen, we're going to talk about Prince the rest of the night. Okay. And then we had a year before Prince, we had the Rolling Stones. I'll be honest, again, don't remember that. The year before that, I do was Paul McCartney Alone. Now I do remember that because my mom was a huge Beatles fan, and I remember her talking about that and being excited that he was going to be on there and everything else. So that I feel, and when I went back and listened, he did 4 songs: Drive My Car, Get Back, Live and Let Die, and then ended with Hey Jude. So then you end with a song that everybody knows that is like iconic.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be memorable. Year before that was Jessica Simpson, Janet Jackson, P. Diddy, Nelly, Kid Rock, and Justin Timberlake. That is the magical show that had
The
magical show that
I didn't
had
know
the
there, to be honest with you.
who?
Jessica Simpson. I had no clue.
I didn't either. I don't remember that because everybody only remembers one thing from that show, Kevin. And that was that nobody could stop talking about the wardrobe malfunction. Isn't it funny what we remembered? It's unbelievable. I remember. I don't remember Kid Rock being there either.
I don't
Very
either.
strange. And then let's see. Year before that, we had Shania Twain, No Doubt, and Sting. That's an odd mashup.
I love Shania Twain so much.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what I had posted on social media after this last halftime about what people wanted a 90s country
Yes.
performance? And they were like, I can listen, when Shania Twain comes out and says, "Let's go, girls," I'm gonna kick down my bedroom door.
Like, that would be so good. She's iconic.
Yes. Anne Marie said Kid Rock is awesome. Kid Rock is awesome. I've seen him in concert. I saw him at the Summer Sanitarium tour back. That was a minute ago now. That was before babies. So over 21 years ago. That was when I saw Free Kids. When I was cool and used to go to cool concerts. They would we'll have to do a show where we talk about some of these compilation tours like this, because Summer Sanitarium tour was incredible. That was Kid Rock, System of a Down, Metallica, Megadeth. I'm missing people. It was incredible. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
And you didn't even have to do anything. You left there high as an effing kite. You didn't have to do one thing. Just sit there
and watch.
Just sit there and enjoy the music. Oh, yes, we're singing some Shania Twain out there. Looks like we made it. Go ahead, Kevin. You take the rest.
Look how far we've come, my baby.
Yes. Yes.
I actually listened to it this morning.
You? I was listening to a little bit of her story recently. She's a really interesting story too. Shania Twain.
Mm-hmm.
And so year before that, I don't remember this at all, but I was not a huge fan. Was U2.
No clue.
I like U2, but I don't remember watching that at all.
No.
And that was in 2002. See, I had little baby then. That was when I had my first baby. I think I don't remember much of that at all. It's all a blur. It's all a blur at that point. Year before that was Aerosmith, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Mary J. Blige, and Nelly.
I do remember seeing that.
And that was the one. Yes, I loved that because Mary J. and Britney got right in there with Aerosmith for Walk This Way, and then NSYNC, and it was that compilation. It was that whole like everybody coming together. Oh, see, we're getting the tea over here about Shania.
I know. Not the filth. We
used several times here tonight. We need to take our earrings off. See, I think I took. Nope, I didn't take one off. It's just hidden. We're gonna take them off tonight. I'll tell you what. So then the year before that, in 2000, was Phil Collins, Christina Aguilera, Enrique Iglesias, Tony Braxton, a huge 80-person choir. I don't remember that one bit.
Nope.
Not even a little bit. And I'm so mad that I may have to go back and find that that little compilation video eventually, and we'll show it at some point on the show when we're not having technological issues.
Right.
But throughout the 90s, we saw amazing people. We saw Stevie Wonder, Gloria Estefan, Boys to Men, Smokey Robinson, Queen Latifah, The Temptations, Blues Brothers, ZZ Top, James Brown, Diana Ross, Patti LaBelle, Tony Bennett, Teddy Pendergrass. We did have a 90s thing, but it was in the 90s. So it's a little bit different than doing like a throwback 90s. And that was Clint Black, Tanya Tucker, Travis Tritt, and the Judds was in 94.
Wow.
So I watched a little bit of that. And by the way, you guys, you can go to YouTube and you can search any year halftime show and you can literally binge. Like I need to make a playlist. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a playlist. What'd you say?
What year was Michael Jackson?
I'm getting to that one. I think that was the year before the country one. So in 93 was Michael Jackson. He did Jam, Billie Jean, Black or White, We Are the World, and Heal the World. He did at the end. And he had the big children's choir come out and all that.
That was so good.
And the year before, 92, Gloria Estefan was there, but they had figure skaters out there. I need to find that performance.
What?
Yeah, they had Brian Boitano and Dorothy Hamill in 92.
I did not
apparently
know that.
Ice skating out in the middle of the field. I'm going to go find that. Yes, Teddy Pendergrass was with Patti LaBelle, Indiana Jones, Marion Ravenwood, Teddy Pendergrass, Tony Bennett, Arturo Sandoval, who was a jazz trumpeter, and Miami Sound Machine.
I love Tony Bennett.
That was, if you want to look it up, you guys, that one was in 1995 with Teddy Pendergrass, Patti LaBelle. That had to be an amazing show. And then going back to 91 was when I was sharing before New Kids on the Block performed, and they had Disney characters come out. And that was sponsored by Walt Disney World and the Coca-Cola Company. And they also had, they did their song, This One's for the Children, which was a very emotional song for like a boy band to do. But I loved that song when I was growing up. And they had a whole bunch of children come out and do like the whole children's choir thing with that. So I feel like it was super, super family friendly with that.
I love that. I love me some Disney.
I know. We need it. Wouldn't it be cool to have, I mean, I don't know how it would go over now, but I think it would be cool to have like a Disney, like some kind of Disney mashup that had like maybe Lea Salonga. Lea Salonga's birthday was last week. And we were talking about that, how she did the voice for Jasmine and Mulan. And she's still performing, an incredible singer. But I thought we would do a little tribute end today with a little tribute to this year's halftime show. And there's Dr. Dre on that big old board mixing it up. What did you think about the set for this one?
I liked it. I thought it was really cool and like not over the top. Like it is over the top, but not too much, not too flashy. I thought it was really cool. And like it didn't take away from them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was kind of like a house party vibe.
Yeah, right. It was unique.
I think it would have been really funny if they would have gone to like one of the things and you saw like the cast from House Party in there.
Yeah.
It was the same time. I think that would have been kind of funny, but yeah, I thought it was really, especially I was nervous, I'll be honest with you, because of all of the hype regarding the legal stuff with Snoop and everything right before. And I don't even know what's going on with that at this point, but I was nervous. I was nervous a little bit before what was going to go on, but I felt like they kept it really classy and, did really well, have the whole band playing there. But we got to talk about Mary J. Blige outfit. I'm gonna skip forward here. Sorry, everybody else. Can we just talk about those boots?
I know. The hair. Come on, Mary.
The glitter, the bodysuit, the boots, I need them earrings. I'm gonna tell you right now. You know I love my hoops. Somebody needs to find me where I can get those earrings. Are those boots heels? I'm trying to get a close up.
They are.
Because I'll tell you what, I'm afraid of heights, Kevin. I would not be up on top of a thing in heels.
And she was getting it too.
She was better her than me. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see the heels real bad. I'm trying to zoom in. So good though. Let's take a listen real quick. I'm gonna tell you what, that'd be me like 2 seconds into the song, just
collapsing.
collapse. You know what I thought? I haven't looked at anything about this, but Kendrick's performance, this just had a little air of the Slim Shady video.
Yeah.
Didn't it to you a little bit? Like I felt like it was a little. I know that they're showing Dre Day on the boxes and whatnot there, but everybody that's blonde and all together, like it definitely screamed the Eminem Slim Shady to me. Yeah, so that was kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I give him a lot of credit for his performance. I thought it was well done. I don't think I was as excited because I was having my 90s moment here. The boots were everything, top to bottom. Absolutely. Absolutely. So good. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed having this little throwback to the history of the halftime show with us tonight and have stuck with us despite our 850 technical difficulties this evening.
We love you for watching.
We do. We love you so much. I'm so thankful because, and I'm glad we got it figured out and I didn't have to sound like 1-900 Jessica the whole
And I'm Mr. Roboto over here. So
I know, horrible. But this is it. And I'm so glad that they did not have these kind of technical difficulties during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because then we did it for them. Able to enjoy it.
Yeah, we're cooler. We did it for them.
I love it. Well, we're definitely going to I need everybody to put some good vibes out in the universe, okay, that we have a great show in the month of March and we have no more technical difficulties. That would be awesome. Right.
Fingers
yes. I want to remind you guys to be sure you are following the Breakthrough Show Network because we have Project Joy coming up tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And that is on Monday through Friday on the Breakthrough Show Network. And we have a packed month, you guys, coming up for the month of March because we have a brand new show coming to the network. The Breakthrough Show is coming back in March. I mean, packed. Monday through Friday, you're not going to be able to get enough of us. It's going to be a lot and it's going to be amazing. And you get to finish out every single month with me and Kevin. Just let down your hair a little bit.
That's all you got to do.
Take off your Mary Jane boots, take off your Mary J boots and relax.
That's right. And throwback.
Yes. And throwback on Throwback Thursday. Kevin, Kiley, everybody. Thank you for being here with me tonight again, my friend.
Thank you for having me despite my technical difficulties.
Thank all of you for watching or listening wherever you are in the world. And listen, guys, take some time to relax, throwback, and we'll see you guys in March for another Throwback Thursday. Bye, everybody.
Bye.